Welcome to the Government News Brief for Monday, March 14, 2016. In the news, 10th and 11th European Development Fund infrastructure programs will come under the spotlight. Treated bed nets continue to be distributed to prevent Zika and other mosquito-borne diseases, and Surama to be a major tourism driver. With these and other stories, I am Azim Khan. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. This is the Government News Brief. Over 5,000 chemically treated bed nets have been distributed countrywide as the Ministry of Public Health continues to raise awareness on vector-borne diseases, especially Zika, with emphasis on expectant mothers. An additional 75,000 is also available for distribution, which is ongoing countrywide. The Vector Control Services Department continues fogging countrywide to kill the mosquitoes, and the Ministry of Public Health continues to monitor ports of entry for the virus. Individuals are encouraged to take all the necessary precautionary measures. The move to reform the local prison system has prompted some in the diaspora to take action. Find out how in this report.
Chief Executive Officer of Canadian Serpas Guyana Incorporated, Premjan Punwasi, has donated 60 bed frames and 500 cases of hospital disposable stretcher sheets to the Guyana Prison Service. This follows the government's move to improve the local prison system. A presidential commission of inquiry is currently conducting hearings as part of the efforts to investigate a recent prison riot and improve the system.
The Commission shall make comprehensive recommendations to ensure the safety of the prisons, and in that regard to examine and make findings and recommendations to improve the physical infrastructure of the prison.
The government is examining several recommendations to improve the overall prison operations across Guyana.
The existing security arrangements in respect of the custody, management and control of prisoners, the appropriate treatment of prisoners in compliance with legal and other requirements, and to prevent a recurrence of any such disturbance.
The assistance comes on the heels of the government's move to launch the Commission of Inquiry into the Guyana Prison Services operations after a riot left 17 prisoners dead on Thursday, March 3.
The implementation of the 10th and 11th European Development Fund program will come under review at the CARI Forum meeting to be hosted by Guyana on March 17. Details in this report.
The 23rd Council of Ministers of the Caribbean Forum of African, Caribbean and Pacific States CARI Forum will be meeting in Georgetown. It will address the implementation of the CARI Forum EU Economic Partnership Agreement and the future of the ACP and the Caribbean Regional Indicative Program. Guyana has received over 89 million euros under the two EDF programs for major infrastructural work.
The ACP group is looking at the future of the ACP group and the future of ACP-EU relations. And the eminent persons group that had been identified to help point the path ahead, they are due to report. And we will look at that report. In fact, Guyana has already, or I've already given instructions internally that a group be set up here to look at that even before we receive the report of the eminent persons.
That was Guyana's Foreign Affairs Minister, Carl Greenidge. Additionally, the future of ACP-EU and the upcoming 8th ACP Summit of Heads of State and Government, scheduled for May 31 to June 1, in Papua New Guinea will be discussed.
Now that they're looking at what should take place beyond 2020, it's appropriate that we should lend our own energies and ideas to looking ahead. For us, in fact, the greatest challenge is what exactly is the role of the Caribbean? Where's the Caribbean going? How integrated a region will it be? What does it want? And we have to be careful to ensure that we can articulate that properly and to stress the importance of the group as a whole to Guyana and their intentions as regards the European Union.
The meeting will also focus on recent EU developments on financial services and receive reports from the two CARI Forum institutions, the Caribbean Export Development Agency and the Caribbean Regional Information and Translational Institute. There will be presentations by Minister Greenidge, Leonard Ronald, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Haiti, and the Secretary General of CARICOM, Ambassador Erwin Larocque. Government News Brief, Glendon Greenidge.
Engineers from the Ministry of Public Infrastructure continue to visit communities in and around Georgetown to assess the state of the infrastructure and to make the necessary interventions. Residents of communities which have roads that are in deplorable state are asked to contact the Ministry's Special Projects Unit on telephone number 225-7420. Engineers will visit, make an assessment, and follow up with the necessary intervention. Sarama, an indigenous community in the North Rupununi sitting on just 5 square miles of savanna lands, aim to become a major tourism driver. Here is how in this report.
An airstrip built at a cost of $5 million through the Community Development Project will serve as a major boost in enhancing Sarama's tourism efforts. Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Alicock visited the community recently and inspected the airstrip.
The feeling is that a good airstrip will be able to accommodate bigger aircrafts, more comfort to the customer, and also in the event of medevac, you have direct landing, quicker landing for evacuation.
Sarama is home to an eco-lodge, and the airstrip's expansion by 1,300 meters will augur well for visitors to the lodge as well as the residents. Minister Alicock says there are plans to further extend it and to use a new technology on the surface.
But now we believe that this is good enough. The company is saying that they will return later on to cap it with a transparent substance that is going to keep the soil.
Sarama offers an ecotourism package from the Eco Lodge with guided excursions through the village to Boro Boro River, Tiger Pond, Sarama Mountain, through sightseeing, birding, canoeing and hiking, among many other interactions with nature. The village and the Eco Lodge are located approximately 6 kilometers from the Georgetown to Lethem Road. For the Government News Brief, I'm Shanta Goberdan reporting.
Children who are institutionalized will soon find themselves in a family setting. Details in this report.
A number of programs are being implemented by government to ensure that these children are placed in a family setting, either with their biological parents, foster care, or adoption. The sum of 471 million Ghana dollars was allocated to the Child Care and Protection Agency to roll out this and other initiatives.
This is money intended to help us target child abuse, especially sexual abuse. Introduce a teen prevention pregnancy program that's new, launch a campaign about child protection, and implement the early childhood development program that will include licensing of daycare facilities. It also includes infrastructure works at the various buildings which house operations of the key agency. Emphasis will be placed on deinstitutionalizing many of the 700 plus children in formal care. For every child in Guyana belongs to a family, whether biological, foster, or adoptive. And so we will work, sir, to find families for these children.
The Child Care and Protection Agency will focus on areas of supporting, protecting, and caring for children with stakeholders through a national policy document for children in need of care. The agency will also launch a public education campaign to create awareness of child abuse, with the hope of putting an end to the scourge. The Social Protection Ministry's Family Commission, in collaboration with the Child Protection Agency, will also create child-friendly spaces to support families with children who have developmental disabilities.
We are pleased to inform you that the Government Information Agency will be hosting pictorial exhibitions at various locations under the theme, A Look Back at the Birth of a Nation. The exhibition is informative, educational, and a reflection of Guyana's independence era. If you're interested in having Gina's exhibition at your school or event, please call us on telephone numbers 226-6715 or 225-4255. We're also seeking your assistance in compiling a documentary on Independence Day, May 26, 1966. To this end, we are asking those persons who were present at the event on May 26, 1966, to come forward and share their experience. You can give us a call on 225-3119. Tomorrow, March 15, 2016, has been earmarked as World Consumer Rights Day. In this story, we bring you the details of an award ceremony held to honor local consumer advocacy movements and to press home the dangers and misuse of antibiotics.
The ceremony, which honored consumer movements in Guyana, was hosted on Sunday by the Ministry of Business Consumers Affairs Division. The awardees brought over 23 years of service to consumers from agencies such as the Food and Drug Analysis Department, National Communications Network, and the NGOs for Consumer Movements of Guyana. World Consumer Rights Day will be observed under the theme Antibiotics Off the Menu. Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin reminded the gathering that simply providing consumers with information will not necessarily create good consumers.
And I think we all know that an educated consumer is the best consumer, and that good consumers will create better businesses by raising expectations and demanding better quality goods and services from businesses.
The fast food industries are being specifically targeted to put pressure on farmers and producers to reduce the use of antibiotics on their products. The overuse of these antibiotics is creating highly resistant superbugs and poses a threat to humans. For this Government News Brief, Shivani Rampaswad reporting.
We have come to the end of the Government News Brief for Monday, March 14, 2016. You can find the Government News Brief along with all other GINA programs on our website. We are also on Facebook and YouTube. On behalf of all of us here at GINA, thank you for watching.